And the two of you were not listed as writers on the first film. Do you think you were cheated out of a credit? Or?
Don't bring it up, buddy.
Okay.
Don't bring it up.
Just probing, that's all.
There was a script that I've done that on my previous two films. Like I would have a script and would encourage the actors to work with me in rehearsal and rewrite it. My whole movie, Dazed and Confused, all those characters think they wrote their parts. And they did contribute probably some of the best lines in the movie and all that. And I know enough about how I want to work with people that was the design of this movie. I had a script, but I was going to cast the two most creative, inspired people I could find, and we were going to rework that. But so I think the Writers Guild gets a little, if you haven't created the character and you haven't worked on it from day one, it's pretty hard to share screenwriting. They're just sensitive about that. So, but the contributions are I think obvious in the fact that we've, from the next two films, from the beginning, it made sense that we would just pick up there and all work together from the very concept.
Bad blood with the other writer who was no longer there.
No, not over that certainly. What's there to be bad blood from?
Any other questions? Yes.
The working style that you created together on this leaks into your other work and maybe other things that you don't have as much control over?
I'll restate that because it didn't get back. Did you find that the working style that you hit upon in this film leaks into your other work?
For me, this experience is so unique. I mean, to actually co-write a movie with your co-star, I don't know that. I mean, there's not that many examples that you point to that people collaborate on this level 3 times over this period of time. So it for me, and maybe not for Rick and Julie. I mean, Rick does have a process he works a similar way with. For me, this is a standalone, unique experience. I've never had anything that was really like it at all. In fact, it's hard when I get to other movies. I feel oddly disappointed.
I mean, sometimes my process is not totally like, I mean, I have written with other people. It's a different process though, because I get the last word on my films. Like I'm a little bit bossier and stuff. But like
You said that so gently, didn't you?
Yeah.
Well, here no one gets the last word.
Yeah, I hear it's more like a real collaboration. It's like no one's the boss. You know what I mean? I mean, he is ultimately because he's editing the film and stuff, but it's not like we have to all agree on it in a sense.
There's nothing any of us can try to bring to the movie if the other two aren't on board with that as an idea. It's not going to be in the movie. We probably
wreaks havoc with the auteur theory,
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a democratic film.
Yeah,
which is unusual.
Certainly,
usually
the writing process. There can be auteur's films that,
but to be fair,
the director doesn't even write.
To be fair, we have a deep understanding of what you're interested in, and a lot of what Julie and I are working on writing is writing.
It's in a direction that is
we know
towards
what interests him,
and even in the style. Like I would not necessarily write in that direction or that style if I was writing for my own stuff. Like I would go another direction in a way. Not necessarily, I think those big chunks of dialogue that express things and stuff is very typical of this style of film that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we have a tone that we've established, I think, with the other two films that was in a way that makes it easy. The subject matter of this one made it more difficult. But, I mean, as a director, I can't articulate something. If they brought something to me and it doesn't make sense to me, it's not going to work in the film. And likewise, if you're asking an actor to do a line they just don't understand, it's not going to work. Or something they don't think is funny, it's not going to be funny. So we know that about
especially
ourselves.
for the kind of acting you wanted in this movie. You wanted it to be so, organic and that everything.
So our writing process is really us pushing each other and pulling things out of each other that will fit into this movie. So and it's fun.